Welcome back to the channel General Talks. After a long time, I am back with a new video. And in this video, I am going to start with our first topic of a grammar, and the name of our topic is parts of speech. This is the first and foremost topic of a grammar, which is also known as a base of grammar. So, first question we should know why there is need to learn parts of speech. Okay, so it's going to help us to know the role of each word in a sentence. Parts of speech will help us to know the role of each word in a sentence. Again, it's going to help us to construct and to structure the sentence properly. Now, how many parts of speech do we have in a grammar? So, in all, there are 8 parts of speeches. Okay, so the first one is noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction, preposition, and interjection. These 8 parts of speech that we are going to learn step by step. In this video, I am going to start with the first parts of speech, that is noun. So pay your attention and let's start with a question that what is noun? A word that represents a person, place, animal, or a thing, sometimes idea too. So, a word that represents a person, place, animal, or a thing is a noun. Why do we need a noun? Why there is a need to learn a noun? How noun is important for us? So, noun provides a subject to a sentence. In order to have a subject to in a sentence, you will get it from a noun. It also receives an action from verb. So, noun is very important, right? So, let's see types of nouns. How many types of nouns do we have? In an English, in all we have 10 types of noun. First is common noun. Now, this is non-specific people, places, things or ideas. It is not specified one. Examples of a common noun are man, city, and so on. When it goes to proper noun, it is a specific people, places, things or ideas. It talks about a specific person, place, animal, thing or idea. Here you can compare the example. First we got man, now here it's Albert. Okay. When it goes to abstract noun, something that you cannot perceive with your 5 senses. Now it means that you can't see it. Okay. As in love, pride, etc. You can feel it, but you can't see it. Next one is concrete noun, which has a concrete situation, as in something that you can pursue with your 5 senses. That is a concrete noun, right? As in eyes, lion, flower, etc. are the examples of concrete noun. When it goes to countable noun, so it's very easy to understand. The one that can be counted is a countable noun. How easy noun is, right? Examples are pen, train, pencil, etc. And after that we have uncountable noun. So what's uncountable noun? Opposite of countable noun. The one that can't be counted is uncountable noun. It's very easy. You just need to pay attention over here. Example is milk, music, food, etc. These are some examples of uncountable noun. We have compound noun too. It is made up of 2 or more than 2 smaller words. That's a compound noun. So, as in textbook, snowball, snowfall, sunflower, etc. These are examples of compound noun. After that we have collective noun too. It refers to a group of things as one or whole. That is collective noun. Example, bunch, group, family, etc. So when you want to talk in a collective sense, you have to use collective noun. After that we have singular noun. It refers to one person, place, things, animal or an idea, as in cat, dog, etc. These are some example of singular noun. When you are going to add one or the other subject into same, that's a plural noun. So when it goes to more than one person, one place, one thing or one animal, it will be plural. Okay, plural in sense cats, dogs, sheep, etc. You can see the comparison. So friends, in this video we have covered many points and some important points too. First, we covered introduction of parts of speech. Then we covered noun in detail, in depth. We have covered all 10 types of noun with their examples, right? So, all the best. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.